Well, the spokesperson of the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, Andiswa Makanda, joins us now to delve in a little bit deeper into this. Andiswa, thank you so much for your time and a very good morning to you. I mean, residents have been waiting for quite some time to find a way forward in terms of where they're going to be relocated. The 30th of November deadline has been missed. Exactly what has led to this? What is happening?
Good morning, Faith. As in the package was correctly said, that part of the problem is the processes that the City of Cape Town needs to follow. We and the Housing Development Agency have done what we could as far as getting the process of relocations go speedily. However, the City of Cape Town has its own processes, and we are also trying to understand why is the delay from their side. I mean, it's been more than 4 months since we had launched the Section 68 application for temporary relocation under an emergency situation. And it's taken the city, I think, over 4 months for them to get a legal opinion. And remember that they are the ones who are also guiding on the relocation and had proposed that we go the Section 68 of their bylaws route. But now we find out that the application has been rejected after 4 months. Also, I must clarify something that was said in that package. We did not reject the first land that was identified. There was an issue there where the receiving community were rejecting the people to be relocated in that area. And the Housing Development Agency were trying to avoid a prolonged process, a court process, and they thought, let's abandon this process and find another land. And also I must clarify that as Prasa, we are not in the space of human settlements. Ours is to fix the railway network. We are dependent on the Housing Development Agency, the Provincial Department of Human Settlement, and the City of Cape Town to ensure that the relocation happens in a humane manner. Ours is just to repair the damaged railway network and to run trains on the central line.
It seems to be an issue of a he said, she said here, where, the agency is saying that, well, we don't actually need proof of ownership. The city is saying that, well, you're rejected because you did not have proof of ownership. What exactly is the city now saying, now that the deadline has been passed? What are they telling Prasa and the agency now?
I think, and you put it rightly so we don't want to get into a he says, she says, the bun fight around this matter. But we went to the court to get another extension, to grant us an extension, because we were granted an eviction order to evict the people illegally occupying the railway network. We've been granted that extension. But the City of Cape Town has told us about the legal opinion that we cannot use the Section 68 route because we need to define an emergency, and that's the only circumstances that they can relocate people and find them temporary shelter, in that there should be an emergency situation. They've put on the table that we should perhaps go the land use route and rezoning route, and we are leaving it to the Housing Development Agency to interact with the City of Cape Town to find an amicable solution in this, while we have to work on refurbishing and repairing the railway infrastructure.
Andy, so do you believe that maybe the City of Cape Town is being a little bit either too difficult in the semantics, instead of getting to the job of finding people land where housing can begin and the railways can then be left to be what they are, railways that are functional for the utilization of Greater South Africa?
I think at this point, blaming and finger pointing will get us nowhere. We are trusting that the City of Cape Town will do what it needs to do as prescribed in Section 26 of the Constitution, which prescribes and stipulates the roles and responsibilities of a municipality when an eviction order has been granted, where a relocation of informal settlements needs to happen. Also, there's a PAYE Act that is put in place, and we trust that the City of Cape Town will adhere to these laws that have been put in place, and understanding that the people living on the central line are the citizens and residents of the City of Cape Town, and they have Bill of Rights that are enshrined in the Constitution. and that we will find an amicable solution to this, that the City of Cape Town will assist with the relocation and find these people alternative accommodation so that we can run trains, because they are saying that they do want to see trains running on the Central Line. And with that, at least we have some commonality that we can work together in ensuring that we run trains on the Central Line. We've already started running trains between Cape Town and Langa on the Central Line. We are fixing the Langa to Nyanga while there are illegal occupants on the railway network. We found a way to run trains while the people are still living illegally occupying the railway network. However, there are areas like Khayelitsha and Philippi where we cannot do any kind of work unless we relocate the people. And so we are entrusting that the Housing Development Agency, Provincial Department of Human Settlements, the City of Cape Town will find a solution, will find alternative accommodation for these people, because there's a humanitarian crisis that is looming on the Central Line. There's an emergency situation that is looming on the Central Line. And we don't want a situation where, should there be a humanitarian crisis, people are asking, but where was government? So we are hoping that the City of Cape Town will act expeditiously to find alternative land, because we know when the courts grant an eviction order, they would have considered all the factors, looked at whether there are vulnerable people living there, look at the elderly people, look at women. So the court, in granting that eviction order, looked at the circumstances, and they looked at whether it is just and equitable to relocate these people. And they granted an eviction order with the proviso that they know that the municipality will also assist in finding alternative accommodation, whether it's permanent or temporarily.
Just before we let you go, Andiswa, you know, they say when two bulls fight, it's the grass that suffers. In this case, the grass is, as you've mentioned, the citizens, you know, where we could, you as Prasa, the Housing Development Agency, as well as the City of Cape Town, could be finding themselves in a humanitarian crisis. What are you guys hearing, if anything, from the people on the ground?
I think through the Housing Development Agency, we have a good relationship with the people living in the Langa on the Central Line. And we have been constantly engaging them, giving them feedback and updates. They are willing to relocate. They are happy with the processes that we've put in place. However, what we are worried about is the trust deficit that is going to widen. We don't want to lose the people's trust, because they are trusting that we will stick to the implementation protocol and the social compact that we signed. And I think I must also add that there's a social compact that was signed in August between the City of Cape Town, Prasa, Housing Development Agency, the Human Settlement, Department of Public Works, even the people occupying the land illegally. We signed a social compact that stipulated all the roles and responsibilities of all the different stakeholders. So we do not want to come across to the people as if that we are reneging on that social compact agreement.
Yeah. Very quickly, Andiswa, what is the timeline that we're looking at here? I mean, when can we expect some kind of conclusion to this back and forth?
We are dependent on the Housing Development Agency and the City of Cape Town. We are not sure the processes, how long that is going to take. We've heard instances where they said it will take 18 months, 24 months. We are really dependent on the City of Cape Town and the Human Settlement departments to assist in this relocation and to do so expeditiously.
All right, we'll leave it there with you. Thank you so much for helping us just understand the story a little more. Andiswa Makanda, she is Prasa's spokesperson.